3 most thought-provoking questions from Tony Robbins. In third place is, what do you really want? What do you really want? I know this sounds like a very simple question, but allow me to explain it a little bit more. What Tony Robbins actually means is that people usually know what they want. They usually know what they want in terms of, for example, I want to make more money. For example, I want to have a better grades in school. Or for example, I want to find ideal partner. But most people do not know what they really want, what they truly, deeply desire on a much deeper level. So for example, why is it that I want more money? For example, I want to take more vacations because I'm too stressed in work. I feel like if I have more money, I would be able to take more leisure time and be able to more relax. So the thing that I really want is less stress. It's not necessarily the money. The money is just the thing that I think might allow me to have more leisure that I need. The other example. For example, I want better grades in school. But why do I want that? Is it because I want better grades in school, or is it because my parents want better grades in school? So is it that I'm seeking the approval of my parents? Is it I want the approval from my parents and on a deeper level? So maybe I need to sort of look more inwards and try to find more deeper self-love and self-appreciation, and thus I will not be solely reliant on I just won't be seeking the approval from my parents as much, and thus what I really want, what my deepest desire will be fulfilled. And the third example. So for example, I want ideal partner. For example, I want an ideal partner. I feel like I'm not fulfilled because I don't have my significant other. And what is it that I really want? Is it not to feel lonely? Is it not to feel undesired? What is it that I'm really truly seeking on a deeper level? It might be that I might feel lonely, that I might feel unfulfilled, and again, I would truly recommend you to rather look inwards and try to find self-love and self-appreciation for yourself. And to do that, the best way is probably first try to heal the insecurities, the scars on your soul. It is a great way to find self-love. And also, if you feel just generally alone, like lonely, if you feel like you lack social interaction, then one of the best ways is to volunteer. You can, for example, volunteer in your food shelter, local food shelter, or stuff like that. It is truly beneficial. One thing that I want to mention is that volunteering is a work, and so if you are, for example, if you have a hard time at work, if you just generally feel like you are overwhelmed by work, volunteering will just train you even more. And so there is just, you have to understand that volunteer work is still a work. You are just doing it for free, and it's important to understand that. It's important to understand that if you're overwhelmed by your work and you will, on top of that, try to volunteer, your mental health might decline actually. So this is something that we don't want. And in this particular instance, volunteering won't help you. But if you are really feeling alone, volunteering is something that I would recommend you, for sure. So, hopefully, on these 3 examples, I was able to demonstrate what Tony Robbins really thinks when he asks the thought-provoking question, what you really want. It is about the deep, deep desire. It's not about the first thing that comes to mind. It is usually the means how to get the deep desire, but it is what you really want. You need to ask yourself what you really want, and a lot of people struggle with that. What is the deep desire that you truly want, not the means that will get you there. Number second, the most thought-provoking question from Tony Robbins is, if you knew you couldn't fail, what would you attempt? If you knew you couldn't fail, what would you attempt? And this thought-provoking question is trying to sort of give you the motivation to seek your deepest desires, to seek your goals, and not to give up. Not only is it trying to direct you towards the deepest desire, like we talked about in the previous question, but also this question is not only doing that, but also trying to motivate you to do it, to attempt, to try, which is a lot that we talked about on this channel lately, is having the courage and the motivation to actually try to achieve these goals, not just and these desires, not just to think about them and constantly feeling like you are not fulfilled, but actually trying to achieve these things. Well, sometimes it's very hard to try and be motivated to try. Sometimes we have sort of these blockages that prevent us from trying. If you knew you couldn't fail, what would you try? It's such a beautiful and motivating question. Truly, truly beautiful. What would you attempt if you couldn't fail? Such a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful quote. And also a thought-provoking question. If I'm going to be honest and a little bit vulnerable here, obviously this channel that I'm trying to build is something that I'm trying a lot. It is my big desire and big dream to be able to build this channel. And so, for example, for me, trying and attempting creating these exciting videos, I'm hoping that you are all benefiting from, and it definitely gives me great pleasure when people watch these videos. So, for example, attempting to build this beautiful, gorgeous channel is something that I'm trying, and so should you. So should you ask yourself, what is it that you truly desire? And if you couldn't fail, if you truly couldn't fail, what would you attempt? What is it that you would try to achieve? That's what Tony Robbins is trying to teach us with his questions and with his quotes, is not only the desires, the true deepest desires that we need to realize that we have, but also what are we willing to do and attempt in order to achieve them. And this should hopefully motivate you to do as well. And number one most thought-provoking question from Tony Robbins is, what are you no longer willing to tolerate in your life? What are you no longer willing to tolerate in your life? Such a beautiful question. Such a thought-provoking question. Obviously, sometimes there's just change is inevitable. It is inevitability in our life, and sometimes the change is fueled by things that we are no longer willing to tolerate in our life. Sometimes we might cling onto things that feel stable, but yet they require, for our growth in life, they require change. And sometimes we are trying to avoid this change, but this thought-provoking question from Tony Robbins is trying to direct us at what it is that we are no longer willing to tolerate, what it is that need to be changed in our life, what it is that requires for us to change in order to grow as a human beings. You know, we are trying to grow and improve every single day, and what it is that this our new version, this our better version of ourselves is not willing to tolerate. And so that's what we need to sometimes examine in our life. That's what we need to look at in our life. And while we are trying to improve and become better, that's what we need to do. We need to stop tolerating certain things in our life, certain behaviors, or it could be even physical places as well. Just certain things that we are not willing to tolerate no longer. Guys, I don't make just videos, I also write blog too. The link is in the bio, make sure you check it out. Also, make sure to smash that subscribe button, make sure to smash that like button, make sure to check out the video here, make sure to check out the video there and everywhere. And guys, I will see you in the next one. Bye bye!